Thank Mullen, grumpy old Scotsman. How you all doing, folks? Before we get into this video, I was looking at the analytics for the channel, and 70% of the people that are watching these videos are not subscribed. So I thought I'd do a quick little call out. I might start doing it at the beginning of every video, to be honest. Underneath the video, if you're watching this on YouTube, and later on in Rumble, because I'm going to start uploading these videos to rumble.com as well, the follow button down there in Rumble, click on either of them, whatever platform you're watching on. Doesn't cost a thing, folks, doesn't cost a thing to subscribe, and that way you'll be kept up to date with any videos that are actually being uploaded onto the channel. Government petitions, yeah, I know. I already know government petitions do nothing, right? For the people that have stumbled in this channel from the recommended list, right? Because I've noticed that some of the videos are popping up now and again and recommended for other people. I've got two channels. This is a brand new one that I thought I'd just open up because I get political all the time. I get political all the time. But the older channel is called Vaping with Vic. It's a vaping channel, and for the past year, ever since Labour came into power, they've been basically nibbling away at the edges of the vaping industry. Nibbling away. We'll ban this, we'll think about banning that, we'll think about banning this. Basically, they're trying to collapse the entire vaping sector in the UK. Now, the thing about this is, for the better part of 14 years, when the UK was under Tory rule, the Tories had a hands-off approach to do with electronic cigarettes. As long as you stuck in line with the TRPR and the old Tobacco Products Directive of the European Union, the Conservative Party left you alone, essentially. And the TPD and TRPR laws in the UK are some of the strict air rules to do with vaping in Europe, because it bases itself off of the TPD in Europe. When Britain left Europe, they just took the entire TPD, renamed it and stuck it into UK law. So we got strict rules and laws to do with vaping in the UK. Labour has always hated vaping. There has been petition after petition after petition after petition for the Labour Party in order for them to start relaxing and backing off some of the more draconian rules that they're thinking of enforcing under the new white paper bill that Keir Starmer and Wes Streeting have both put into Parliament. And every single petition, basically, if the government could type in "F*** you," they would have just done that. But instead it's a long rambling response that basically means "F*** you," essentially. Government petitions are pointless, and just to show you they're pointless, let's have a look at this. This is the petition to not introduce digital ID cards. We demand that the UK government immediately commit to not introducing a digital ID card. There are reports that this is being looked at. We think this would be a step towards mass surveillance, which it is, and digital control, which it is, and that no one should be forced to register with a state-controlled ID system. Well, unless you live in China or North Korea. By the way, both of those countries are ruled by communist parties. Labour's went communist. Colour me shocked, people! Call me Keir Starmer. That's why I call him Call me Keir Starmer. Because he's a communist. He's a communist. He's always been a bloody communist, ever since he was in university, joining all the communist societies over there. Apparently, I read something online, I think it was on the Telegraph, that he went to some communist state when he was a teenager for some kind of gap year thing, and apparently, get this, he was put on the MI5 watch list. I kid you not, he actually went to a communist state for his gap year in university, and he was put on a watch list for it. Commie Keir Starmer. He's a communist. He will always be a communist. He's a communist wrapping himself in Labour clothing to look like a wolf in sheep's clothing. Yeah, basically that's what he is. ID cards were scrapped in 2010 in our view for a good reason. So we're looking at 2,792,805 signatures. Now, when a petition usually gets over 1 million, the signatures are still going up. when a petition gets over 1 million, it's doing really bloody well, folks. Really well, because it would surprise you how many people don't bother with online petitions, because like me, they know they're actually pointless. They know online petitions are pointless. This is nearing 3 million signatures. 3 million signatures for an online petition on the UK Gov website to get almost 3 million is doing really, really well. Parliament will consider this for a debate, and here's the government response. We will introduce a digital ID within this Parliament to help tackle illegal. Basically, what they've basically typed is, F you. We don't care what you think, you little peasant scum, because we're a bunch of communist bastards. Yeah. Online petitions online petitions mean and do nothing. They do nothing. Because this is the same kind of response that the vaping community got from Labour. It's the same kind of response that other petitioners have got from Labour. Anytime there's a petition that goes over 100,000 signatures, number one, even though it says consider all petitions that get more than 100,000 signatures for a debate, look at how many petitions that got over 100,000 signatures actually made it to the debate floor in the House of Commons under Labour. It would shock you how many didn't. This is just the Communist Party masquerading as the Labour Party in the UK, giving people the illusion, because that's what it now is, giving people the illusion of democracy, giving people the illusion of having their say, giving people the illusion of having their democratic right to put their hand up and go, hold on a minute, I don't agree with you. This is just an illusion. That's all the petition system is under this current Labour Party. Now, you can kind of say the same thing for the Tory Party, but there has been, on several major occasions, under the Boris Johnson government and under the Theresa May government, where online petitions that got above 1 million, that seems to be the mark these days. It needs to go over 1 million to be taken seriously, but online petitions that got over 1 million that did make it to the debating chamber in the House of Parliament and then went on to being debated on the actual House of Commons floor, where those laws were actually amended. They weren't revoked completely, but they were amended based on the concerns written down on this online petition system set up by the UK government. Labour has not done that once. Not once. Not once. The handful, and it's literally less than a handful of times, an online petition that got over 100,000 votes or got close to 1 million or slightly over 1 million has actually made it into the debating chamber outside of the House of Commons main floor. It gets to the debating chamber where amendments are thought of, the petition is discussed, and once they've got a table bill, because that's what they're called, a table bill, once they've got a tabled bill to actually produce in the House of Commons itself for parliamentarians to debate, it's revoked by the Labour Party because they don't want to discuss it. Why should we this is the Labour Party, right? This is the Labour Party's head. Why should we discuss things to do with the little stupid peasants living in this island? We're the communists, Labour Party of the UK. We don't care what the peasants think. No, we're not debating your little paper. Go away, peasant. That's the Labour Party through and through. They're not Labour anymore. They are full-on, far-left, communist. Look at it. Look at it, right? I keep saying this, right? But look at it. They're authoritarian. They want control of what you think, what you say, and what you do. Don't believe me? Look at the thousands, it's not hundreds anymore, it's now thousands of British citizens that have been arrested. Police knocking on their front door at like 5 or 6 o'clock in the evening. Well, Mr. Blogs, you posted something on Twitter and X and Facebook that the government doesn't agree with. You called one of the parliamentarians a nasty word. Under the hate speech rules, we've got to arrest you. And that is happening time and time and time and time again in the UK. People being arrested. for thinking something different to what the current UK government should think. I'm firmly expecting, not right now because this channel's relatively small, but if sometime in the future, maybe a year from now or a year and a half from now, when this channel starts gaining some traction, I'm fully expecting, Mr. Mullen, the Labour Party had some complaints about what you're saying about them. We're here to arrest you. I'm fully expecting that to happen. Not right now, because I'm nothing. Well under 1,000 subs in this channel. But if this channel starts gaining traction, I'm fully expecting to be arrested. Fully expecting it. Because the Labour Party are communist c***s. That's all they are. They're a bunch of commies. Every single bloody one of them. And the worst of them are on Labour's backbenches. So, the Labour Party are authoritarian. That much is a given now. It's a given. The Labour Party are totalitarian. Again, another aspect of communism. Totalitarian society, when the actual government wants to control or exert control, not only on the individual citizen, but also on what companies can and cannot interact with the government, what companies can and cannot interact with the general populace. And if you want proof of it, the fact that the digital ID system that this petition is about reportedly is going to be run, the app is going to be run, wait for it, by Tony Blair's son. The news broke on the Telegraph and the Independent that Tony Blair's son has an app, which is a new startup under a company he started in 2016, who has £380 million worth of shares in Ewan Blair's company. And who's going to benefit the most if it turns out that Ewan Blair's company is going to end up getting the contract for the digital ID system? Who's going to benefit the most? It's not Ewan. Nope. Tony Blair. Totalitarian aspects. Totalitarian control. They're already trying totalitarian control against the populace by randomly arresting people that speak up against the government. They're already trying totalitarian control when it comes to what companies can and cannot interact with the public and therefore interact with the government themselves by basically shoehorning Ewan Blair's company into running the digital ID system that Tony Blair originally wanted to introduce in his second term in Parliament. Authoritarian, totalitarian, the two major stays of any communist government. And the current Labour Party are showing signs of both of them at the same time. This is not a Labour Party. This is a communist party. It's just wrapped up in Labour clothing. It's wrapped up in Labour clothing. The fact that this petition got over 2 million and is on its way, still on its way, even though it's essentially closed down, on its way to 3 million. And the Labour Party basically responded with, "F you, we don't care." Authoritarian. And it's covering a digital ID system that Ewan Blair's son's company is being shoehorned into taking care of. Totalitarian. The police knocking on people's doors, arresting people for thought crimes. Authoritarian and totalitarian. It's never ending. It's never ending. We are now in the same stage in the UK. In fact, we're actually worse off here in the UK compared to the first year of Biden's term over in the United States, because at least Biden wasn't shoving digital ID down everyone's throat like commie Keir Starmer is trying right now. We're actually in a worse position right now. And I would hate to see the state of this country 1 year from now if Keir Starmer is still Prime Minister. Because all it would take, and this is what I'm thinking here, all it would take is for Keir Starmer to be ousted by his own party. And I think we are this close to it happening. I think we're this close to it happening. I honestly don't think Keir Starmer's going to last longer than the new year. The new year. I think he'll be out by the end of January. Probably by the end of January. There is no one, apart from Ed Miliband, gormless twat that he is, but there's no one apart from Ed Miliband who's got the political know-how and the political savvy who can actually replace Keir Starmer. So Keir Starmer gets kicked out. Ed Miliband gets brought in as Prime Minister. That's it, the Labour Party's done. It's over. It's finished because people hate Ed Miliband as much as they hate Keir Starmer. I am actually hoping Keir Starmer gets kicked out because it will be a game of Jenga, and it's the Jenga block that's basically holding the whole stack together. You pull out Keir Starmer, the whole lot comes crashing down. It comes crashing down because there's no one apart from Ed Miliband that's got even 2 brain cells to rub together that could actually survive as Prime Minister of the current Labour Party for more than 1 month without flubbing something. Yes, Ed Miliband's basically went full communist when it comes to the energy sector in the UK, but he was brought up, unlike Keir Starmer, he was brought up as old school Labour. Old school lefty socialist, like me. He just got the woke mind virus in his head and now he wants to put windmills and solar panels everywhere. But apart from that, he's still an old school socialist. He's still an old school socialist. At heart, he is anyway. But there we go, folks. Proof. Bring it up one more time, Vic. Proof, once again, that the UK government petition system set up by the UK government is completely and totally pointless. Doesn't matter how many signatures things get. Doesn't matter if it gets 1 million, 2 million. This one's on its way to 3 million. The Labour Communist Party is simply going to say, F you. But instead of actually typing that, they're going to make a long rambling response that essentially sends people to sleep. Because again, it's all about averting people's attention away. Write a nice long reply full of long words to confuse everyone, but they're basically saying go f yourself. That's what they're basically saying. That's what they're saying. I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again. The quicker this party is thrown out of power, the safer this country will be. Yeah. I would hate to see what kind of state this country would be in if this current Labour Party manages to actually get a full 4 years in power. This is just their first year, people. There's 3 more to go. And look at the disaster that they've brought on Britain. Look at the disaster the UK's turned into. They've got 3 more years in power. If that doesn't scare you folks, I honestly don't know what the hell will. I honestly don't. Anyway, that's it for me folks, and I'll see you all on Monday, because once again I don't generally upload videos on a Sunday. It's my day off. Have a good one.